Hey guys. I haven't used my selfie stick in a long time. Actually, I haven't made a video in quite a while. So, hello. And I guess today, for some reason, I felt like making a video and just catching, probably maybe even catching my own self up, And so now is August 14th, 2024. And I've spent May, June, July, half of August now as a camp host at Fairy Lake Rec Site in Vancouver Island, southwestern Vancouver Island. Um, it's been an incredible experience. I haven't made a video since probably the beginning when I first got here. And yeah, I don't know. I guess, wanted to. Again, I don't even know if anybody ever watches this stuff, but I don't. It doesn't matter. If it's not interesting, then it's not interesting to you. But basically, I just wanted to catch you up. If for anybody that's ever watched any of my videos, or if for some crazy reason you've followed me, then you know that I generally am just recording my travels and my experience basically from 2.5 years ago, since I decided to leave my regular life and go out and find and go and see what was out there in the world for me, which has taken me across Canada, U.S., Mexico, Philippines, Cambodia, Thailand, and Vietnam, and now back on Vancouver Island. Um, so basically, this job for the summer has been both incredible and exhausting at the same time. Anybody that's ever thinking about doing the camp host thing, I highly recommend it. It's a great experience. What it does is it enhances your people skills. It challenges you constantly, in a good way, I think. Depending on the location that you end up with. I understand, because I'm a part of a network of rec sites that I pick up on, the differences in the rec sites. And, there's certain areas that are, a little bit more, you're going to get the locals and the parties a little bit more and stuff like that. And that's just been, the way they've been going for years. And then, for example, the location where I am is completely the opposite. It's a bit more of a tourist, uh, just passing by, passing through. Do get some locals, but not really. A very, very, very few locals. And I don't even necessarily consider the people that are coming up from Victoria or Duncan, which is 2 hours either way. I don't even really consider them locals, because I don't think this is their normal stomping grounds kind of thing, their local rec site. They've got ones closer that they can go to. But anyways, it's the part that's exhausting, which I never could have foreseen ahead of time. And of course, they don't. It's just like probably most companies when they hire you, they don't necessarily point out the. I wouldn't even call it a negative, because it's not. It's just they don't necessarily tell you that it's possible it may just wipe you out. And and I guess there's different camp hosts too. Like, I could easily probably put my off duty sign up a lot more and just kind of disappear and, let the campground kind of just, flow. There's signs up, there's rules in place, people can read, and generally most people follow the signs and things like that. But so I don't know what it is, but for me, I just simply, it's just who I am, I guess. I take a lot of pride in where I am and what I'm doing. And I just, I'm just always concerned about, and I like to, the way I see it, the reason why this campground where I am is, a good part of the reason why it's in order, so to speak. And it's always just got a good flow and a good vibe to it. It's it's funny. I hear all these crazy stories of, the rowdies and having to go in to talk to people at 2 or 3 in the morning, and I haven't had any of that. Like some campgrounds, they got full time security. Like I've never even had to call. We had the fire here, but that's not something to do with, like, people being disruptive or anything. So it's interesting that, like I said, I take a lot of pride in the fact that this is a composed campground, and people actually have commented all the time on how they purposely come here for the peace and the quiet and the nature, and that it's not a big party scene all the time here and stuff like that. They understand that occasionally there's going to be the odd one that's just whatever, right? Like someone always slips through the cracks, right? And I'd like to think I do a pretty good job of reading people, and it's incredible the skills that enhance your own personal skills that enhance when you do something like this. I've had thousands and thousands and thousands of people. Literally, I'm pretty sure I just said 1,003 times. I'm sure at least, if not more. I mean, on any given week, I've got 200, 300. So you multiply that by, the four. What is that? 16 weeks. So yeah, maybe not. There's probably at least of 2 or 3 thousand, anyways, that have come through here. And at any given time, and even on the weekend, sometimes up to 50, 60, 70 people a day, kind of thing. So it's and you never know what's coming around that corner. My site's right at the front there, and you don't know, and you got to adapt, and you have to assess very quickly, whether, I've got speeches, and I've got, what, I often skip my quiet. It's, hey guys, it's quiet at 10 o'clock, just so I skip that if I'm like, it's easy. If it's an older couple that rolled in, they've got all the time in the world to talk to you, or some, even it's not even an old thing. Sometimes I get the young ones, they come in and they'll just stand there and talk to me for 20 minutes or half an hour, and I'm like, you know what? These guys are not here to party. They're just cruising along, especially if they're from another country. They're just cruising along, taking in this beautiful, beautiful country. Um, but some more of the positives is that I recognize, I know I've done a lot of spiritual talk and over my videos, and the being the guidance, and just being aware that everything's for us, and how everything's unfolding, and the flow, and all of those things, right? So I might as well, there's no sense in me, discontinuing that. It's, if anything, I continue it, and it just continues to grow. And um, and so what's cool about this job for me is that I recognized early on that there is a lot of people that were, I mean, I recognized when I was traveling before this, and I was the one that was going everywhere. I was running into people, and I was coming into people's paths and lives, for both of us, for me to enhance and learn, and grow my own self, but also to share and to do some guidance of, depending, sometimes it's me. I feel like I'm the one that's getting the lesson, and I'm learning, and then there's sometimes, the ones that, are just, they just need a little tiny tweak to, find their way, or just maybe have some powerful words that can, maybe possibly just give them a thought, and a simple thought and a simple couple words sometimes can do a shift within someone, right? And just go, oh, or whatever, right? And that can be, sometimes so simple and so fast and so quick and so short, but at the same time, it's often can be life changing. It really can. um, it's a difficult world to live in, this world, and there's so many people that, I'm fully aware of the programming that is done to us, and right from the moment we're brought into this world, and we're born, there's programming, and it's not even anybody's fault. Well, it's somebody's fault somewhere far back, I'm sure. I don't know, but um regardless, it's the way it, and so many people I recognize are trying to be unprogrammed. They recognize that the things that are not necessarily for them, and that that the way they've been going is not, healthy. And so they want to change, and they want to live a good life. They want to be happy. They want to know how. And so, we're just, there's lots of us out there that are sharing. And and again, I don't even have all the answers, and I don't even know where I'm going half the time. And of course I have my low moments too. It's one of the reasons why I haven't done a video in a while, is that I've been completely sidetracked and off of my own self. I've been saying for months now. Again, I'm not someone that just quits a job. I committed to this camp host position, and the last thing I would do is to let the company down. But at the same time, I am at the point where I wouldn't say suffering, but definitely I'm very unbalanced, extremely unbalanced. I lock the gate at 10 o'clock at night, and then I open it at 8 o'clock in the morning, pretty practically 7 days a week. Occasionally I get a day off, and a lady comes here and gives me a day off, and but it doesn't always work out every week. So if you guys did the math on those hours, and yeah, I do sometimes, I know in the morning I can take off, and I can, disappear for a bit, and I don't have to worry about things here too much. But at the same time, if I'm here, it's a slow constant. Like, it's funny. I always say to people, it's never intense, but it's just a slow constant. And that slow constant, like, honestly, I have not once in the last 3.5 months woke up in the morning and went, wow, I feel so rested. I generally, pretty much 99% of the time every day, wake up and I'm just still exhausted. I'm just still exhausted. And, so, I always tell people this would be the perfect job for a couple. Like, they don't generally pay, like at a campground like mine. It's basically, one person gets paid. It's a single paid position for 30 sites. So, for example, I know some hosts that do 60 sites, and it's just them. It's just the two of them. It's a couple, and they both get paid, right? Because it's, per 30 sites sort of thing. But even where I am here, it would be, oh, I'm drifting. It would be perfect for a couple, for two people. Actually, maybe I meant to drift, because now the background's changing for you. I just realized that there's a pro in this, Look at my fishing rod's getting in the way there. Anyways, I'm not making this video to and again, I'm not complaining. I'm not at all. I don't feel that I complain, because it's not about that. It's about sharing, right? It's about sharing. And I know that I've talked about in the past about how we can do things to change things in our life, so that we can have a bit more time and a bit more freedom and stuff. So that's the one thing I've learned about this job, is that I wouldn't necessarily do it again. I would love to do it again one day, maybe, if again, maybe possibly if I had a partner, or if I had was with someone that we could share the responsibilities. And of course, if money's not an issue, and you don't need the double pay, it's a great experience, because you meet people from all over the world, and you make connections. And then again, of course, you're in a beautiful place like this, right? So I got no complaints there where I am. It's literally just that I am not able to balance. So okay, so enough of that. So what's up in the future for me is I've decided to house pet sit, and so I've lined up 2 months already. I signed up for, it's called Trusted House Sitters, and I have 2 months lined up. As soon as I'm done, I got 1 month almost exactly done, and I'll be done here, the camp host job, and the campground closes. And then I'll be in Victoria for 3 weeks with a dog, and watching while the people go vacationing on Vancouver Island. And then I've got a month and a half after that in Sayward. It's called Sayward. It's a small community of about 300 up between Campbell River and and like Port Hardy, in between there, or Port McNeil. Um, and then I could have, there's all kinds on there. I could be applying for more, but to be honest, I feel like that the 2 months will give me, of course I'll be watching a dog and a house and whatever, but I don't really feel like it's going to be this slow constant. You're going to walk the dog a couple times a day, and then the rest of the time I can probably catch up on my reading, and and just of course care for the pets that I'm watching. But for I'll be able to rebalance myself. That's 2 whole months. So I didn't want to commit to too much more after that, because I'm either going to do some long haul trucking, or I've also been speaking with some companies about driving coach bus. I think that, to be honest with you, my true passion is to get to the coach bus, because I have an absolute passion for the two things that are combined with that, which are people and engaging with people. And I find that people that are on vacation or away from their regular lives, and then maybe they're going somewhere that they're excited about or whatever, they're generally happy, right? And a lot happier than when you catch them in the work mode, right? So, and of course, I love to drive. I absolutely love to drive. So I think that that's going to be, and I think I'll make a lot of connections doing that. I think that there'll be a lot of perks to it, especially doing like the long multi-day ones where you stay over in hotels with people and stuff like that. I really think that is an experience that I'm really excited to have. And so I'm working on that. So that might not even come to life until, like maybe March or April of next year, just because that's kind of the season when it gets busy for them. I don't necessarily want to be driving people around in the snow just to start with that job, anyways. So I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do December, January, February. I do have some long haul trucking options, and again, for me, it's just about making some money, and because again, I think that if I work like just that, my plan is to get into a rhythm of working for a season and then traveling for a season. But unfortunately, it just like anybody would tell you, you got to make money to spend money, right? So I just I'm still working on the balance, but I basically just wanted to share with just make a video and tell you is where I was at, and just share that we're gonna do things in life. We're gonna have great ideas. We're gonna have experiences, and they're great experiences. And sometimes there's pros, sometimes there's cons, sometimes there's ups, sometimes there's downs. And simply recognizing that it's not for you, or it's not healthy for you, or it's not a good balance is all you need to recognize. And then you move on, right? So yeah, I'm just excited for new experiences and new adventures. And I even pretty sure I'll probably do some house pet sitting overseas. Like I saw all kinds in the UK and all kinds over in Portugal and Spain and stuff. So after I make a little bit of money with some trucking or some busing or whatever, I'll be looking to go to other countries for sure. Travel is in my future. It's a bug that you get. It's exciting, definitely. Anyways, I think that's probably long enough. It's a gorgeous day here. I'm gonna try my luck at some fishing. I did try this morning, and yeah, I didn't have any luck. But what else? I don't know. I don't know. I just, yeah. Anyways, you know what? One thing I forgot to mention, which would be super cool, is I met a guy here. Wouldn't this be interesting if I put this on video and I said it now and then it actually came to life? So, Emma, or I shouldn't say it, my daughter and I, we met a guy uh, down in Port Renfrew on the pier one day, and he is from Tasmania, and he is starting a new TV series, which is like going around to the different communities and challenging the local fishermen to a fish off or to a duel. And they're starting a new TV series with it. So he came here and did some footage on Fairy Lake, and I'm just going to see. Oh, it's still rolling. Okay, good. I saw it got to the 20-minute mark, and I don't know. I remember videos in the past would cut out. Anyways, he's from Tasmania. He's here. He connected with a guy. He came out. We've become friends. He's come out here a couple of times, jumped in the canoe, and got some footage of the eagles and the otters and things like that. And Emma, or my daughter and I, we had the GoPros on one day, and oh my goodness, I'm getting pushed down the river here. My fishing line's gonna get all tied. Oh my goodness. I'm already in the weeds, so I'm not looking forward to reeling this in. It's out there right now. I got power bait, which is the stuff that floats. But anyways, what was cool about this guy is that, see, it's already caught. Oh my goodness. Anyways, this guy, he said to me he's going to be in November or December. They're building a brand new cruise ship in Tasmania, and it's he's going to be the skipper or the captain of it. And so I was like, oh, hey, I said, come on, man. I said, they're going to need some people, right, to maintain the ship, like cleaning staff and greeting the people and all the tourists that come on for the cruise or whatever. I'm like, I would like that. And he was like, oh my goodness, I'm going to let him know. And he's mentioned it a few times to me that he's gonna, I'm not, it's not like I got my hopes up. It's just that, it's something that I've put out there that I thought, oh my gosh, how cool would that be? All of a sudden I fly to Tasmania and do like, a working visa thing or something and end up like working on a cruise ship for a while down in, oh my goodness, that's Australia. So who knows, maybe it'll come to life, but, and if not, then hey, whatever, right? So thanks for hanging out with me for a bit, and you know, I was gonna say God bless you guys, but I don't even know. I don't ever say that, so I'm not sure why. It's because someone said it to me this morning. God bless you, and I'm like, okay, but I mean, it's not such a bad thing, right? It's basically the way I would say it. Instead of saying God, I would say source with you. You know, what is it? God be with you. God be with you. Source be with you. Basically, I guess the same, just I don't label. But yeah, so anyways, thanks for listening to me, guys. I wish everybody, just know that you're not alone. Know that, life is full of ups and downs, and know that, even when you're feeling great, there's going to be moments when you're not feeling great. And just always remind yourself that it's temporary. Be patient. Sometimes just take the time to refocus in your mind, even, like, it's so easy to just, sometimes I have days where I'm just like, oh my gosh, I've been spending most of the days on my phone playing games or on social media or whatever. And I'm just like, oh my God, this is so unhealthy. Like, so sometimes you just got to check in with yourself, right? And, and even when I have those days like that and I'm talking to my daughter, she says, well, Dad, you got to go for a hike or get out there, do something, go for a paddle or something. And I'm like, oh, you're right. So it's healthy to have good supportive people in your life too, ones that will remind you and support you, and just they want you to live well, and stay healthy. So anyways, I'm gonna end that. I want to do some fishing and just see if I can catch dinner. And other than that, I really should be showing you this way. Oh my goodness. Whoop. Look at that. Isn't that great? Wow. I mean, that's one of the pros. I get to wake up every day to this. So, no complaints. I've been thinking, I wonder how my friends are. I got some friends that just left not too long ago from Vancouver Island, and they went up to Alaska. I don't follow them on their social media much, even though I'm on my phone a lot, but I'm curious to know. I want to reach out to them. Anyways, I don't know why I'm saying that. So I'm gonna, I'm gonna go. Anyways, I love you guys, and just take care. Just take care, and know that you're loved, and you're not alone, and life is just challenging, and through all the ups and downs, You know, there's always going to be a light at the end of the tunnel. So until the next video, I will see you later. Bye. Oh, this. I learned this in Asia. It's a heart. There we go. I always do that in my pictures, and everybody's like, "What is that?"